There is a lot of difference between dictatorship and democracy. And we know the journalists are the expression of Nigerians. What they want is democracy. What they want is democracy. I'll take Imo State for instance. Labour Party won in Imo.
Can say, well, I have received the results, I've announced them, but well, there's a serious complaint here that should taint this final declaration I want to make. But you cannot stop him at this point. Like my brother said, it's like aborting a pregnancy that has reached full term. He has to announce, he has to receive those results.
My dear wonderful viewers watching me from all parts of the world, I think at this moment, APC is a major problem we have in this country because they have finally replied PDP and Labour Party over their decision for the election to be cancelled. Now, according to PDP, they maintain that Labour Party, they were the one that won in Imo State, but what the INEC chairman called for them, they don't even know where he got the figure from. I think APC is really the problem we have at this moment. Okay, because the reply they gave to Labour Party and PDP, my country people, this one are real buzzballs. Because according to APC, they maintain that cancelling the election is just like a pregnant woman that must deliver her baby. You can never tell a pregnant woman not to give birth when it's her time to give birth. My country people, that is the reply that APC gave to Labour Party and PDP. At this moment, enjoy the rest of the video and don't forget to leave your own comment down below. Please subscribe and turn on your bell notification, and also follow my page and leave your own comments down below. Help me to share this video. God bless you.
There is a lot of difference between dictatorship and democracy. And we know the journalists are the expression of Nigerians. What they want is democracy. What they want is democracy. I'll take Imo State for instance. Labour Party won in Imo.
Can say, well, I have received the results, I've announced them, but well, there's a serious complaint here that should taint this final declaration I want to make. But you cannot stop him at this point. Like my brother said, it's like aborting a pregnancy that has reached full term. He has to announce, he has to receive the
interrogation of the process. My duty as an agent, in my understanding, was not to go and copy results. We have agents in 36 states of the Federation and FCT. And we have agents in 774 local government areas of local government across the country. And so our duty is to compare reports from them with what is being collected here. And if you notice yesterday on live television, we made efforts to engage the chairman of INEC to hear us fairly as responsible Nigerians of high standing in society. The chairman of INEC was very recalcitrant. He said we have no such responsibility. I mean, he didn't give us any such opportunity, and we found at least. Before we left, you would have noticed that agents of 15 political parties spoke one after the other, given our appeal to the chairman of INEC to allow and consider the request we made for interrogation of the results. And the chairman vehemently said no. And he said, we will not interrogate until they have concluded. And we smelled the rat. At the point of interlude, we walked up to him requesting for an interface. Again, he refused. In fact, when he came back after 3 hours of break, when he came back, the chairman reluctantly...
There was a barricade.
Yes, there was a barricade. And reluctantly allowed us to air our view before he complete collision. So we did everything we could to engage as responsible citizens. I think it's a matter of debate. Now, our chairman has stated very clearly. In fact, he said what I wanted to mention. Distinguished Nigerians, there is a lot of difference between dictatorship and democracy. And we know the journalists are the expression of Nigerians. What they want is democracy. What they want is democracy. I'll take Imo State for instance. Labour Party won in Imo. I wanted PDP to win. But Labour won overwhelmingly. And we were happy, we accepted the result as it was. But they began manipulations. And so those are the issues that we want. Integrity of the process is important. We also believe in the fact that Professor Google had told us these are the processes as contained in the guidelines and electoral act, and we felt it's important for us to protect the legitimacy of the process.
Been exemplified by his track record in the democratic struggle, in instilling or making sure that this democracy we practice is alive.
and kicking, much more than any other candidate in the horizon today. Because of all of this, he is going to accept defeat in good conscience, honorably. And he has done it in Lagos a few days ago. How many times are we going to repeat that? It's so simple. He has demonstrated it. And he did say, and I've repeated it, if you are not prepared to absorb the shock of defeat, you have no moral right to enjoy the fruits of victory.
Exactly.
That says it all.
Now, on that issue, this process we are going through is not a process of sentiment and emotion. It's law. Yes. This is an institution guided by law. So that is why I intervene at every point in time when you ask such questions that relate to the process under the Electoral Act. So whatever your sentiment or emotions is irrelevant here. Now, let me explain to you, maybe you don't understand what I said earlier. The national chairman seated there as a national returning officer has two roles: to receive the results from the resident electoral commissioners of the state. That is just a simple role given to him. And when he receives, he announces the results. You cannot attend to complaints about results that have not been handed to you and you have not announced. Now, all the complaints received will now be attended to before he now makes the final declaration. There are two processes involved here. People think that announcing results means that you have announced a winner finally. No. When you now go through the 36 results and Abuja, right, you will now say, now, what are the complaints we have received so far? That is the point at which the national returning officer looks at all the complaints and says, okay, this complaint, does it affect this declaration I'm about to make? If there's a complaint that is substantial enough at that point to affect the declaration, that is when he holds back to make the final declaration. Do you understand? He holds back and says, well, I have received the results, I've announced them, but well, there's a serious complaint here that should taint this final declaration I want to make. But you cannot stop him at this point. Like my brother said, it's like aborting a pregnancy that has reached full term. He has to announce, he has to receive those results. He has to announce those results. And then at the point of making the final return, the final declaration, of course, he now says, well, this complaint, okay, it's good enough, this one is not good. I have not seen anything in this complaint to affect this, and so I now make the final declaration of president-elect. That is the procedure. So what the route they are taking is a route that is strange to law, strange to the process, strange to everything known under the Electoral Act. It is an illegal route they are taking, and it's just an illegal route to power that they want to take. And the last point I want to make is that they should understand that the different parts of this country and people who voted for different candidates, they have a right to get for their voices to be heard. Yeah. You won resoundingly in the areas where you come from. Let's be honest about this. You mean those places where we won resoundingly, you expected to come and win there? Did you expect to come and win there? Are you one kind of terrestrial human being that what nonsense?
Oh yeah. So, shall we? Is that all? Thank you very much, gentlemen of the press. We shall call you again if they continue their shenanigans, because we will react for victory. Thank you very much.
Time. That was a good one.
That was a very intense Q&A
very
session.
Contentious
Yes.
as well.